7 things Princess Anne did before anyone else in the royal family. She was the first royal to divorce without drama. Divorce used to be a huge scandal in the royal family. Just think of how dramatic and public the breakups of Prince Charles and Princess Diana or Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson were. But Princess Anne handled her divorce in a completely different way. When her marriage to Captain Mark Phillips ended in 1992, she kept everything private and respectful. There were no interviews, no blame games, and no messy headlines. She simply moved on and quietly remarried naval officer Timothy Lawrence. By doing this, Anne showed the world that even royals could go through a major life change with maturity and dignity. She was the first modern royal to treat royal duties like a full-time job. While many royals take on public roles, Princess Anne has always treated her responsibilities like a real full-time job. Since the 1970s, she has consistently been one of the hardest-working members of the royal family, often completing more annual engagements than any of her relatives. She supports over 300 charities and takes her role seriously. She shows up, listens, and does the work. Whether visiting hospitals, opening centers, or traveling abroad for humanitarian causes, Anne brings focus and dedication to every task. She doesn't look for the spotlight or fuss. Instead, she proves that royalty isn't just about showing up, it's about showing commitment. She was the first royal to appear on a popular TV show as herself. In 1970, Anne became the first royal to appear as herself on the popular British children's show Blue Peter. This wasn't a traditional royal interview. It was a relaxed, approachable moment that helped young viewers feel more connected to the royal family. Anne spoke openly, demonstrated horse care, and even took part in activities, breaking the image of stiff royal behavior. She would return to the show several times over the years and even received the rare Blue Peter Gold badge for her contributions. At a time when the monarchy was still seen as distant and formal, Anne took a different path, making herself relatable without losing her poise. She was the first royal Olympian. In 1976, Princess Anne shattered expectations by competing in the Montreal Olympic Games as a member of the British equestrian team. She wasn't just watching from the stands. She was actually in the competition, riding a horse named Goodwill, owned by her mother, the Queen. Despite a rough fall during the event, she got back up and finished without drama or complaint. That kind of resilience and discipline made her stand out, not just as a royal, but as a true athlete. She was the first royal woman to wear trousers on an official visit. Royal women used to stick strictly to skirts and dresses during public appearances. It was just how things were done. But in the 1970s, Princess Anne broke that unspoken dress code by wearing tailored trousers during an official trip abroad. Anne wasn't trying to start a fashion trend. She just wore what made sense for the occasion. Today, women like Kate Middleton and Meghan Markle regularly wear pantsuits and slacks at public events. But it all started with Anne, who wore trousers first, not to rebel, but to be practical and confident in her own skin. She refused royal titles for her children before it was trendy. When her children Peter and Zara were born, Princess Anne made a decision that surprised many people. She refused royal titles for them. The Queen had offered them titles, but Anne believed it would be better for her kids to grow up without the pressures that come with royal status. She wanted them to have as normal a life as possible, one with fewer restrictions and more freedom. Years later, other royals like Prince Harry and Meghan would make similar decisions for their children, but Anne was the first to take this step, quietly, and for all the right reasons. She was the first royal woman honored so widely for real work. Princess Anne isn't just honored because she's the Queen's daughter. She's earned her recognition through decades of dedicated service. She holds some of the highest titles in Britain, including Dame Grand Cross of the Order of the Bath, usually reserved for military and civil service leaders. She's also the current Princess Royal, a title given only to the monarch's eldest daughter, and held by very few women in British history.